Hello viewers, welcome to the digital class of Udainath Autonomous College of Science and Technology. So viewers, today's class will be all about the error types. So what are error types, how to detect the error and what are the detection types. So today's video will be all about that. So without wasting much of our time, let's move on to the slide, that is error detection and its types. So in order to move to the error detection type, we must revise what is error, so which we have already discussed in other videos. So in digital systems, the analog signals will change into digital sequence, that is in the form of bits. That means whenever we are sending the data in the form of signals, it is followed in analog signals or analog techniques, but in case of digital sequence, it is in the form of bits. That means in today's world, whatever we are sending in digital sequence, all are in the form of bits. This sequence of bits is known as data stream. So as we have discussed that the sequence of bits or the data that is being sent from one location to another location is termed as data stream. So the change in position of single bit also leads to catastrophic or major error in data output. So if there is any bit change in while transferring the data from one location to another location, so it is called as the major error or catastrophic error in data output. So whatever data is being sent in the input, it is not equal to the data output, because the bits that has been sent may be changed. It may be due to any reason, but the actual bit has been changed to some other bits. So this is termed as your error. So almost in all electronic devices, we find errors and we use error detection and correction technique in order to get the exact or approximate output. So whenever we are sending any type of data in case of electronic devices, so as we know that today's electronic devices are totally digital in nature. So digital means we are in the form of bits. So whenever we are sending any type of data, so there are a large chance of getting error attached to the input. So we find the errors, that means we detect the error, we correct them, and then we get the exact or approximate output, because sometimes we do not get the exact output also. So whenever there is a chance of correcting the error fully, at that time we get the exact output, and in some cases we get the approximate output. So data can be corrupted during transmission from source to receiver. So whenever we are sending the data and a large amount of error gets attached to the original data, at that time the data gets corrupted. So whenever this data is sent from the source to the destination or receiver, the data that is received by the receiver is the corrupted data. So it may be affected by external noise or some other physical imperfections. That means whatever data we are sending in the form of bits, it gets affected by some external noises and some physical imperfections also. That means maybe there is network congestion, or there is voltage fluctuation, or it can be anything. So in this case, the input data is not same as the received output data. So when there is a external noise or physical imperfections attached to the original data, at that time the input data is not actually what we get as output. So this mismatched data is called as error. That means whatever data is being sent from the sender side and whatever data is received by the receiver side, if they are not equal, so the mismatched data is termed as the error. So this thing we have already discussed in our error video. Now we will be moving to the types of error detecting codes. So there are 4 error detecting codes which can be further categorized into some other simpler codes. So the first one is your parity checking, second one is cyclic redundancy check, which is popularly known as CRC, third one is longitudinal redundancy check, that is LRC, and the fourth one is checksum. So parity checking, cyclic redundancy check, longitudinal redundancy check and checksum are some of the types of error detecting codes. So there are many types of detecting code, but in today's video we will be discussing some of the detecting codes that are being used or that is being there in your syllabus. So moving on to the first category, that is parity checking. So parity bit means nothing but an additional bit added to the data at the transmitter before transmitting the data. So what do you mean by the parity bit? So as we know that bit means it can be either 0 or 1. So parity bit means it is an additional bit. That means whatever data we are sending from the sender to the receiver, so parity bit is actually an extra bits that are being added to the original data. So whenever we are sending any data, so before getting transmitted, parity bits get attached to the original data automatically. So before adding the parity bit, number of ones or zeros is calculated in the data. That means whenever we are sending or adding any parity bit, so in that case the data which contains 0 and 1s, so the number of ones and zeros are automatically calculated and they get added to the original data. So based on this calculation of data, an extra bit is added to the actual information or data. So whatever extra bit is being added to the data, so at that case the actual information or data contains the parity bit, that is the combination of ones or zeros. So the addition of parity bit to the data will result in the change of data string size. So suppose let us say we have 4 bit of data or 8 bit of data. So if you are adding some extra parity bit, so obviously the length of the parity bit will increase. That means based on the size of the parity bit, the data size or the data string size will automatically increase. That means the original data plus the size of parity bit. So this means if we have 8 bit data, then after adding a parity bit to the data, binary string will become 9 bit binary data string. So as we have discussed that, let us say for example we have a 8 bit of data, and whenever we are transmitting, so parity bit gets automatically attached to the data. So at that time parity bit can be either 0 or 1. So let us say 1 parity bit has been added to the 8 bit of data. So obviously the binary string that is being transmitted will become 9 bit binary data string. So it totally depends on the size of the data as well as the parity bit that gets attached to the original data. So whatever data that will be sent will be the addition of the original data plus the parity bit. So the whole data is being sent to the receiver side. So sometimes parity bit is also called as vertical redundancy check, that is VRC. So in some books or in some notes there has written that VRC, that stands for vertical redundancy check, which is also called as parity check. That means parity check can be also termed as VRC, that is vertical redundancy check. Now let us move on to the types of parity checking. So there are actually 2 types of parity bits or error detecting codes of parity bit that are been discussed here. Those are even parity and odd parity. That means these are the 2 categories of parity checking. Now let us move on to the categories of parity checking. So the first one is even parity. So what is that? So if the data has even number of ones, then the parity bit is 0. That means if the data contains 1 bit and in even number, then the parity bit will be 0. You can see the data over here, example is been given. So you can see the original data is this one. So here you can see, you can calculate the number of ones here, 1 and 2. That means there are 2 number of bit 1 is present in the data. So automatically the parity bit will be 0. Similarly, odd number of ones, then the parity bit is 1. So if the data contains odd number of ones, so in this case you can see that there are 3 ones or there are 3 bit ones present in the data. So when there is odd number of bits 1, then the parity will become 1. So you can see that in both the example, if the even bits are there of 1 bit, then the parity bit will be 0. If there will be 1 bit of odd numbers, then the parity bit will be 1. Similarly, the second category is your odd parity. So if the data has odd number of ones, then the parity will be 0. So in this case it is the vice versa. That means if the data has odd number of ones, so here you can see in this example how many bits are there of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So as you know that there are 5, that means odd number of 1 bit is there, so the parity bit will be 0. Similarly, if there will be even number of 1, then the parity is 1. So here you can see in this example, in this data string, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, that is 4, that is even number of ones are there. So the parity bit will be 1. So even parity is the vice versa of odd parity. So even parity, if the data is has even ones, then the parity will be 0, and if the data has odd number of ones, then the parity bit will be 1, and it is the vice versa of odd parity. That is, if the data has odd number of ones, then the parity will be 0. Similarly, if the data has even number of ones, then the parity bit will be 1. So next we will be moving to another category or an extra additional type of parity bit, that is two-dimensional parity checking. So parity check bits are calculated for each row, which is equivalent to a simple parity check bit. So parity check bits are actually calculated for each row in this case, which is equivalent to simple parity check bit. That means whenever we are calculating or taking a single row, at that time parity check bit and two-dimensional parity check bit are same. That means simple parity check as well as 2D parity check is same in case of single row data string. So parity check bit are also calculated for all columns. That means when we are interested in calculating the parity bit based on their columns, at that time then both are sent along with the data. So at that time when we are calculating the parity bit based on the columns, at that time also the parity bit are also sent along with the data. So at the receiving end, these are compared with the parity bits calculated on the received data. So this is more secure actually, because in case of simple parity check bit, only the row is calculated, whereas in two-dimensional parity checking, the row values along with the column parity check bit are also compared when it is being received at the receiver side. So this is an extra feature of two-dimensional parity checking, where the columns are also calculated. That means the parity is automatically added to the columns of each table or each data string, and it is being sent to the receiver side. Let's take an example over here. So this is the original data you can see over here. So if we will combine or if you will demonstrate it in rows and columns, you can see that this is first data, this is second data, this is third data, and this is fourth data. So these are row parities and these are column parities. You can see that here the row parity has been calculated and the parity has been added over here. Similarly, the second row parity has been calculated and has been added over here. Similarly, third bit and fourth column. So here first row, second row, third row and fourth row has those number of parities. Similarly, if we will consider it as a column wise, so column parities are here. That means when we are calculating here, that means this is first column, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh and 8th. So that means there will be 8 parities for different columns and 4 parities for different rows, along with the total parities where it has been calculated over here. So whenever the data will be sent, it will be sent in the form of parity bits. That means the original data will be added along with the parity bits. So here you can see that the data has been changed from this to this. So you can see that the parity bits, that is row parity bits, has been automatically added over here in each data. And similarly, the last column parity is also being attached to the original data. So whenever we are sending this input to the receiver will get this output, because the row data or the row parity that has been added to each row has also an extra data, that is the column parity check. So in case of two-dimensional parity checking, there is an extra concept or extra feature, that is column parity. That is, an extra column parity data bit will be added automatically to the original data and it will be received by the receiver. So this is the inputted data and this is the outputted data. Now we will be moving to the second category, that is cyclic redundancy check, or which is also termed as CRC. So CRC is a different approach to detect if the received frame contains valid data. That means CRC is also a detection code that has a different approach in order to detect what the frame has been received at the receiver side and whether the frame that contains the data is valid or not. So this technique involves binary division of data bits being sent. That means CRC technique, it contains the binary division of data instead of adding or instead of concatenating the parity bits at the end of the data. So it involves the technique of binary division in place of addition or concatenation of data. So the divisor is generated using polynomials. So polynomials is a special technique through which we can calculate the divisor. The sender performs a division operation on the bits being sent and calculates the remainder. That means whatever data will be sent to the receiver, at that time the sender will divide the whole data by the divisor that has been generated by the polynomials, and it will calculate the remainder. So before sending the actual bits, the sender adds the remainder at the end of the actual bits. That means whenever we are sending the data, so whatever the data are in the form of bits, so the actual bit contain the remainder that has been formed when the actual data is divided by the divisor, which is calculated from the polynomials. So actual data bits plus the remainder is called as code word. That means whenever we are sending the data, the actual data bit plus the remainder that has been formed by dividing the original data by the divisor is called the code word. So the sender transmits the data bit as code word. That means whatever the final data we have got is called as code word, and this code word is being sent from the sender side to the receiver side. So cyclic redundancy check is a different approach in which we are concerned with binary division in place of concatenation or addition of the parity bit at the end or at the top of the frame. So here a new concept is generated in which we take the polynomials, and the polynomial is taken as the divisor, and we divide the whole data by the divisor, and then the data that has been collected as the remainder will be added to the actual bit, and then the actual bit will be sent from the sender side to the receiver side. Now we will be moving to an example. You can see this is the sender side and this is the receiver side. So you can see that this is the original data. So here it has been written data bits. So let's say this is the original data, and we have got this divisor from a polynomial. So polynomial can be anything. So it depends on the polynomial, what polynomial the user is or the sender is selecting, and then we will calculate the divisor, and the original data will be divided by the divisor. So you can see whenever we will divide this original data with the divisor, we get the remainder as 1 0. So this 1 0, that is the remainder, will be added to the original data. So you can see that the original data is this one and the remainder is this one, that is 1 0. So the whole data becomes 1 1 0 0 1 1 0. So here the bits are 5 in numbers, but here there are 7 bits because 1 0, that is the remainder, has been automatically added at the end of the data. So this is the sending side and this is the receiving side. So the original bit has been changed to this code word. So whatever data will be formed at the receiver side after adding the remainder to the original data is called as the code word. So again at the receiver side we will divide the whole data by the divisor and we will get the data. So in this way the sender sends the data and the receiver gets the data in the form of code word, where the original data has been changed to some other code where the remainder is added to the original code word. So this is all about cyclic redundancy check. Now we will be moving to another example. Let's say this is the original message and here there is a polynomial attached to it. Let's say we have xu plus 1. So here we have the polynomial or the divisor as 1001. So 1001 is the CRC generator, that is 4-bit divisor. So you can see that the original message has been written over here and it is divided by the divisor. So divisor came from the CRC generator, that is from the generator polynomial. So the polynomial divides the whole data or the original data. So in this way the data has been formed and you can see the remainder is 0011. So 0011 is being added to the original data. So you can see that here the original data is this one and 011 has been added to the original data. So in this way the original data is this one at the sender side, and when it is being received at the receiver side, at that time the remainder is being added automatically at the end of the original data. So in this way we calculate the divisor from the polynomial and we divide the whole data by the polynomial. Whatever remainder we are getting, we are adding it to the end of the original data which is being received at the receiver side. So this is original data and this is the code word that is being received at the receiver side. So this is all about cyclic redundancy check. So in our today's video we have learned what is the type of error detection code, that is parity bit. So in case of parity bit we concerned about the parity, that is we have already discussed what are even parity bits, what are odd parity bits. So how to add the parity bits? So whenever we are taking in data, we are adding the parity bits, that is either 0 or 1. So it is being added at the sender side and it is being received at the receiver side. So it is actually for detection of error. So if any error will arise, so the parity bit will be changed, and accordingly we will be conscious about the change or error in the original data. Similarly, in order to rectify the data or detect any type of error, so we have a second parity bit, that is two-dimensional parity bit, where the row parity bit along with the column parity bit are added to the original data and it is being sent to the receiver side. So if any changes is found in the original data, then the parity bit will also be changed, and from that we can denote that the original data has been changed. Similarly, we will be moving to the next category, that is cyclic redundancy check. So in case of cyclic redundancy check, there is a other technique, that means instead of adding or concatenating the parity bit in the row or in the column, we take the help of division. So in place of division, we take a polynomial. From the polynomial, we calculate the divisor. From the divisor, we divide the original data. So whatever remainder will come, we add it to the original data and we send it. So whatever data will be sent after adding the remainder to the original data is termed as the code word. The code word is being received at the receiver side, and then the code word is being eliminated and the original data gets extracted from the data. So in this way, we can consider two error detecting types, that is parity bit, two-dimensional parity bit, and cyclic redundancy check. So I hope you have all understood what is being taught in the video. So if you have any doubt, you can comment me on our YouTube channel. Till then, thank you.